Welcome forward to part 2 of this vlog that contains this hooligan right here, Kennedy, Prezedent Mensah, CEO of Back to the Future Music, the man who writes the checks out and send them to me periodically when they kind of make up the numbers, you know what I'm saying? But previously, we was talking about his tenure at the Voice newspaper when he was writing the column, Reggae column, which subsequently got sponsored by Pink Lady. And we're now moving from there to where exactly?
Okay, so 1996, by this time now, I'm not feeling very valued.
Right.
If I can put it lightly, I'm not feeling very valued. And there's a new publication starting. Mm-hmm. So whilst I was writing for The Voice, a couple of publications had started and failed. So you had like Black Britain, then there was New Nation, not New Nation, I'm jumping the gun there. What was it called? The Journal, the Weekly Journal,
yeah.
Which got co-opted into The Voice. So they bought it and brought it in.
Right. And
then it was running concurrently with The Voice.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was this new publication called New Nation. And half of The Voice jumped ship to New Nation. Mm-hmm. The reason they jumped ship was because it was said that it was Rupert Murdoch money. Because the problem with the other publications was a lot of them ran out of money.
Right.
This one now, so it was Rupert Murdoch's son-in-law who was running that paper. He was actually a Ghanaian brother, and he'd started the paper specifically to rival The Voice. Mm-hmm. The gentleman who was the editor is a gentleman called Richard Adeshayan, who used to be he was a deputy editor at The Voice at the time, and then he jumped ship to New Nation.
Okay.
And I'm like, raw, all these people are leaving. And what really turned it for me was when Ron Shillingford, because when I was doing my work experience at The Voice, there were two people I really wanted to meet. And one was Dotton, but he wasn't even there when I went to do my work experience.
So stick a pin, was Ron Shilling, he ran the sports, he ran the sports section, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was Dotton, and there was Ron Shillingford, who was the sports guy, and I wanted to meet him. But both of them weren't there that summer that I did my work experience.
Right.
So Ron Shillingford was a very, very highly respected sports journalist. So when he left, and I think at the time he might have been a deputy editor as well. So when he left, I was like, whoa, these people must be serious then. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, my God. So when they approached me, or when we had a conversation, at the time we had the conversation, I've had my first children. We're in need of some moolah, you know, because boy, them nappies ain't cheap.
I'm telling you.
So the very week that I had that conversation, remember when youngsters, we used to have 4 channels in England, and we had this new one called Channel 5. Way before Sky,
yeah.
We had this new one called Channel 5. And this Channel 5 had to come to your house to reset your television so that you could receive it. I had gone for
youngsters,
a job.
Youngsters must be going, that's long, that's long, blood, it's long.
Yeah, man. I went for a job to be one of those engineers to come to your house to tune in your TV because I wasn't earning enough from the journalism. And the funny thing was, when I was writing, I remember being invited to a dance, and I'm like, so can you put me on the door? And the sister looked at me like, what do you mean put you on the door? Just come and support the team. This time now, when I would go to review an event, I had to nurse the one Coke because I can find the money to get there, and even if I'm driving, I can get the petrol to get there. But now, to socialize now,
we've been there.
It's a problem.
We've been there. We've been there.
Right.
It's an art and a science.
So when the New Nation launched, what it did was it forced The Voice to have to up everybody's pay.
Right.
So they actually doubled my pay, but when they doubled my pay, it still wasn't as much as what New Nation were offering.
Okay.
I'm like, what? I knew people don't respect me. And the reason why I say I wasn't feeling respected was when the arts editor was off, or the music editor was off, I would cover.
Right.
So I would be the acting arts editor. When the job came up, radio silence. So I went to the editor. Was it Winsome at the time? I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, nah, we never had you pegged for that role. We like you as a reggae writer. So yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah, we kept it down there.
I was like, okay, fine. With my tail between my legs, just carried on writing my columns. So I was there like, all right, then fine. If that's how you see me, then I'm just going to be the baddest that ever did this thing. Mm-hmm. And I would like to think that I was. I mean, there's been others, of course, and I came to meet some. But at the time that I was writing, I didn't, because there wasn't anything in the paper consistently. Yeah. I didn't actually know of my predecessors. So a man like Carl Gale, I'd only seen doing like documentaries and stuff. So sure. I didn't know his work like that. Sure. And I didn't get, what was that magazine that I saw you put up the other day?
Oh, Black Beat International.
Black Beat.
Yeah.
Black Beat International. I wasn't privy to Black Beat either.
Okay.
So like Mikey Massive and them man there, again, I didn't really know them. Mm. I came to meet them in the thing, but I didn't know the caliber of their work at that time. So as far as I was concerned, I was reinventing the wheel. I was like these kids, because what I find interesting in a bad way is that the kids now who are doing the grime and stuff, they so believe they're creating the wheel. They so believe that they are creating something brand spanking new. This I attribute to the lack of our presence in mainstream media. So our kids believe we didn't do nothing. So the moves that man like Loose Ends made, Carl McIntosh that made, Jazzy B, even D-Influence, none of that stuff counts. If you go even further back, Simandy, none of that. Forget. So now you've got these kids, the Stormzy's, the Chips, the Skepta, the JMEs, and they're doing their music in this London accent with impunity. When Rodney P and Bionic were doing it as a London posse, he was like, what the hell are you lot doing? You don't rap in an English accent, it's supposed to be American. You gotta put on a false American accent. But they had to pave the way. And they got the idea of paving that way from listening to the Saxons of the world. Yeah. Because the Tippers and the Smileys were, even though it was very strongly Jamaican influenced, it still was London. Yeah. It was London.
Quintessentially London.
Exactly. And the fact that Smiley Culture went and done Cockney translation just underlined everything. Yeah. So that allowed for the Rodney P's and Rodney P and Bionic and London Posse to do their thing, which allowed then for the Black Twangs and the Ties and the Roots Maneuvers to do their thing, which then allows for the Chips and the you name it to do their thing. But all of that stuff never appears on the mainstream. So these kids believe that they did it first. They believe, because there was a discussion the other day that was raging all over Facebook that a man, Twin B, went and said something along the lines of black music wasn't really recognized until So Solid. What? My computer nearly broke. What? And then there's an exhibition running as we speak at the Black Cultural Archives in Brixton. And I learned a whole load of things from there. Like, I'm going to have to go to football now real quick. Did you know that even though I dislike them immensely, Manchester United's first ever official song was a soca song? Did you know that?
No.
Done by a Trinidadian artist.
You're talking football now. Just let me know when you come off the subject.
Red Army! Okay, we can go back to music now.
Thank you.
So yes, there's been a disconnect.
Okay.
Yes, there's been a disconnect. So 1996, I go work for the New Nation. I start a new column called The One Drop. And that ran for about 6 months. Because that went the same way as, well, almost the same way as some of the predecessors who had set up to fight with The Voice. The establishment of The Voice was just too strong. You just couldn't compete. We just couldn't compete. So New Nation gave it a good try, but it didn't happen. So they went defunct. But so 6 months later, I'd gone to Ghana, and I come back, and I've gone to another Channel 5 conversation. Richard Blackwood was launching this TV show. This was just before Richard Blackwood became that guy.
Right.
And so we go to the launch, and I see a couple people from New Nation, and they're like, "So hold on, are you still there then?" What are we talking about? Because I haven't been to the office yet. I'm fresh off the boat, literally. They're like, I'm like, what are you talking about? So get to find out that they're making redundancies and blah blah blah. This time now, my son is born, 1997. Boy, another one of them moments, boy. Because when I went to New Nation, that was the first time in my career that I was financially stable.
Right.
And then it just got whoosh, pull the carpet from under my feet. So again, I'm out looking a job. So I'm freelancing, then I do a bit more radio. And at that time again, I'm like, oh, you know what? This music thing, man, I think I might have to knock it on the head. And then there was a sister called Ranking Miss P. She said, "No, sir, you are far too talented for us to lose you like that. So you can come and
Let me just stick a pin. Because I want to say something about Ranking Miss P, right? And it's funny how you mention that particular scenario where you just thought, boy, it's like, you know, just want to not so much give up on the thing, but just do something different. I had the same conversation with Miss P, where I was recording the Deep album. It was the Deep album that I co-produced with Bitty McLean, and I think we was looking for a deal. We were looking for a deal with that, and all the avenues where we was going was just basically the door was shut in our faces, and we went through so many avenues, and we were just getting the same kickback, and I was just ready just to literally just give up, just like, okay, I don't care, you know, release the album, give it away for free, I don't care, I'm done. And I was really done. And I remember speaking with Rankin Miss P, and she said, "Look, Lloyd, the thing is, right, you're making hit tunes, right? You've been making hit tunes for Jetstar for, you know, a number of years and what have you. You know, they need you to continue making the hit material. So all you need to do is just basically just have them distribute the things, and it's all good. Because they're going to promote it the best way they can. We love you as an artist, you know what I'm saying, as a singer-songwriter, so just keep doing your thing." And that's what enabled me to carry on through with Deep, and also to follow on with Against the Grain, which a lot of people says is one of my best albums to date. But sorry, I'm just sticking a pin. I'm just basically giving props to Rankin Miss P, because, you know, she's been very inspirational in terms of basically setting the trajectory, as it were, mentally in doing what you were made to do with the talents that you have. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's gets a bit emotional when I'm talking about Miss P, because as you would know, she's not very well. She's not been well for a while. Just so happens that today, this very day actually, I was thinking of her because it's her sister's birthday.
Same.
Her sister being Rita Marley.
Yeah.
So I was saying, so Facebook, you know when Facebook flashes up your past memories and stuff. So I posted up a picture of me meeting Rita Marley in Jamaica, and so I call her Auntie Rita because she's my big sister's big sister.
Right.
So yeah. So Miss P has me doing a What's on her show on BBC London, and then we fast forward a bit, and one other thing in my career that I have to talk about was the fact that at that point when I was about to call it quits, I called my cousin Paul, and he was resident with his brethren Patrick, so they were P&P family sound system playing at Moonlighting, and I'd been there a couple of times. So I'm like, yeah, you lot can play and stuff, you can mix in that now, because when these started, they were rubbish. I don't care what you're saying, Paul, you were rubbish, shut your mouth. So I'm like, what you lot need is a mic, man. So I inveigled my way in that way, because if you remember, Moonlighting didn't play a lot of reggae either. So and when I inveigled my way in there, we had 2 or 3 tunes that we used to play, and then slowly but surely I extended it.
Yeah.
So till I had a set and I became not quite irreplaceable, but that's the word. I was integral to the whole thing, and the mic was also integral because also they didn't talk. When I got there, they didn't talk, but I just
lavish the thing.
Lavish up the thing. It's got to be done. So we fast forward to 1999, and I get approached by a young lady called Paulette Long, who was a friend at the time, and she was also in the business, and she was working for this publishing company.
Stop, because we need to take a break from that and go into another
So what are you
chapter.
going to call that one then? The wilderness years.
Yeah. The green grass. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna cut this short, and we're going to forward back into part 3 of this vlog, which is going into his years at Westbury, right?
There you
at
go.
Westbury Music. This is going to be very interesting. So we'll catch you in another forward. See.